What is up, freaking YouTube? Um, I just wanted to say something about all them wannabe country boys, or otherwise them so-called rednecks. I just want to say a lot of things about that, but the main thing is, if you call yourself a redneck, you are not a redneck. I don't know if I put this on my old YouTube channel or not, a video like this. I don't know if I have. Oh well. Um, I know I've said this a lot to a lot of people, but if you claim to be a redneck, you are not a redneck. Rednecks do not go around bragging about how much of a redneck they are. You either are or you're not. And I honestly don't know if I'm a redneck or not. I can't say that for sure because there's a lot of stuff about me that ain't very country like at all. For one, I like pop music. A lot of people who say they're from the country don't really care much for pop music. I enjoy it. I enjoy stuff like Drake Bell, Jonas Brothers, um, Miley Cyrus, especially her older stuff, man. When she got up there singing Party in USA wearing some booty shorts like that, that's freaking gorgeous. I admit that 100%. That girl was freaking sexy back in the day. Um, so I can't say for sure because of stuff like that I'm a redneck or not. But I don't claim to be a redneck. I'm not one of those guys that go out. I go and buy big old trucks, lift them up 10 feet off the ground. That is freaking stupid. There's a limit on how much you should lift your truck. Me, I say a nice pair of 38s to 40s with no more than a 2-inch lift. Limit right there. And really, a lot of people would say that's too high. Um, if you're going out and you're getting the biggest set of tires you can find and you're getting the 16, 20-inch lift kit and you're just making your truck look like a freaking monster truck, that right there is stupid, and I'll tell you exactly why. Mileage. You burn up a lot more gas per mile doing that. I do see the advantages of lifts. I do see the advantages of bigger tires. You get through more terrain like that. Um, but when you're lifting out so high you can go through the ocean, no, that is too much. It's going to end up costing you a lot more money, a lot more gas, a lot more miles, and it's going to cause way more damage to your truck. Me, I do prefer trucks over any other vehicle. Just because I see the value of a truck. I don't own a truck at the moment. Yes, I would love to. Right now, I own a 2007 Chevy Cobalt. A decent, cheap car that gets me from point A to point B. It does its job. Which brings me back to the trucks, the reason why I enjoy trucks. Trucks have a job. Trucks are working vehicles. They are made to get dirty. They are made to haul heavy loads. And they are made to take you places that any other vehicle would not be able to go. Any other vehicle would get stuck going in those places. Trucks are made for work. Which brings me to another point about trucks. I do not like chrome trucks. I do not like shiny trucks. I do not like trucks that have really bright colors. Give me a decent black, maybe beige truck, and I'd be perfectly happy. Because trucks are not meant to look good. They are meant to get dirty. And when you get a nice, beautiful paint job and nice chrome tires, it's just really beautiful. You're going to want to spend way too much time that you do not have washing it. Yes, you should wash your vehicle. You should set days to wash it to keep it good and clean and keep it from rusting through. But when you have a vehicle that's meant more for show than it is work because it just looks so freaking beautiful, trucks aren't meant for that. That is stupid. People want to get the biggest, shiniest, um, most beast truck they can find because they think it is country. No, that is not. Which brings me to another point about rednecks. If you look up redneck in the dictionary, what it is going to say is a hard-working white man. And no, it does not have anything to do with racism. That's not it at all. The reason why that is in the dictionary the way it is because back in the day, white men go working out in the fields from dusk to dawn. They wearing a shirt, they're wearing jeans, they're wearing boots, and they're hot, they're sweaty, and the only place you can really see red is on the back of their necks. They're wearing hats to protect their face from the sun. The only place you can see red from where they have burnt is the back of their necks. That is where the term redneck comes from. That is the definition of a redneck. A hardworking white man. If you go and go spend your life being lazy, being a pushover, being a wuss, you are not a redneck. Yes, I enjoy fishing. I was raised by a man that took me fishing every single weekend. A man that I hold dear in my heart, that I consider a father, even though he did not help birth me. He raised me like I was his own, and every weekend he took me fishing. That is why I enjoy fishing. Not because, oh, I just found out what Southern boys are supposed to do. I don't know a darn thing about it. I'm just going to pick up a pole and go. There's nothing wrong with that. You want to learn a new skill, learn a new skill. But don't do it just to try to be a redneck. I mean, I enjoy. There are a lot of people from the city that enjoy fishing. They don't do it because they claim to be a redneck. They they would admit to you first thing that they are not a redneck. Most of them would say they hate people who claim to be rednecks. Most of them would say they hate people who they consider rednecks. But they still enjoy fishing. They like going out to the lake, the beach, and casting their rods out. It's it's something that's been going on since the beginning of time. It is not just something from the South. Not one bit. It is something that billions of people all the way around the world, Florida, New York, Georgia, Kentucky, Tennessee, people in Japan love to fish. People in China, the hell, they love to fish. There are a lot of people in China that just go out there from sun up to sundown and just fish all day. No, I can't say that for sure. The only reason why I'm saying that is because I watched River Monsters, and dude went out there catch one of the monsters up in China, and he spoke to this little town that were a bunch of people fishing. It could have just been that one little town. I don't know. I can't say that for sure. But my point is, people all around the world love fishing. Don't do it just to try to say you're the most redneck person you can be. Again, people who claim to be redneck are not redneck. Normally, it's those people who claim to be it that are the least redneck, that are the least country. Um, Another thing, drinking beer ain't something to brag about. It ain't something you say, oh, you ain't redneck if you can't drink Bud Light. A lot of people don't like drinking. A lot of people think of it as a sin to drink. A lot of people, it's just not their thing. You, I mean, I know a guy, me and him aren't best pals anymore. We kind of had a falling out. But he's somebody I would consider a southern boy. Someone who works hard for their dollar, and serves their country. Um, but I try offering him a drink. I'm like, hey man, it's your birthday. I want to take you out. He's like, no man, I can't do that. I don't believe in drinking. If you drink, it's fine. I understand, but I can't do that. Drinking ain't something to brag about. Me, I've been drinking since I was 17. I haven't been drinking, not really strong drinking since I was 17. But I had my first drink when I was 17 years old. And I told myself when I turn 21, I'm going to not drink regularly, not drink just to get drunk. I've never been drunk a day in my no, I'm lying. Um I've never had a hangover a day in my life because I don't drink just to get drunk. Normally, when I start feeling a little tipsy, a little wasted, I'm like, I had enough. This is it. I can't drink no more because I don't want to feel that hangover. I don't want to have an experience like that with alcohol. Me, I don't drink a lot of beer because I don't like the flavor of beer. It I would drink the hell out of some Irish whiskey. Hmm. Some Jameson Irish whiskey. That's one of my favorite drinks. Um, some I love me some Mad Dog 2020. That was actually one of the first liquors I drank. Fireball. Um, and what's that? Oh crap. Caribbean, I think it's called Caribbean tequila. Silver, that stuff's good. Jim Beam honey is pretty good. Um, I love me some Fours Locos. Um, yeah, I like to drink, but I don't go around bragging to everybody. Oh man, I just got completely wasted last night. I spent the 4th of July. I drank and drank and drank. We had a little barbecue. Um, I just got completely buzzed out of my freaking mind. That's just stupid. Why would somebody brag about drinking like that? It makes no sense at all. Um, that's not something to be proud of. No, I don't see myself ever quit drinking because for me it's not a problem. I'm able to have a little fun, enjoy myself. Um, I don't hurt anybody around me. I don't drink to the point where I'm hurting myself. And I don't put drinking before God. If I ever done that, then I'd quit drinking. If I drank so much that I'm just like, freak you. I can't even say that. Uh, Thinking about saying that just bugs me. I can't even joke about saying something like that. But yeah, because of that fact, I don't plan on quit drinking. It's not a problem for me. There are some people I would suggest quit drinking because it is a problem for them. There are some people just like me. It's not a problem for them. They can drink all they want. They know their limits. And it's just not a problem. Um, but yeah, you ain't no redneck if you gonna be talking about a truck, fishing just to say you're a redneck. Like, if that's not something you actually enjoy, and yeah, if you want to pick up a new skill, that's fine. But doing it just to say you're a redneck, it's just stupid. Um, I'll say exactly what type of person I consider a redneck. Somebody who goes to work, works from the time they go into work, they work until their shift ends. After they get off of work, they do more work. If they ain't got any plans, they're not going to be sitting around their house watching TV all day, doing nothing but sitting on their butts. If they have no plans, they ain't got to spend time with their families. I mean, yeah, if you got kids and wife, take a break, spend some time with them. But aside from that, it's somebody who would go to work, leave work, come home, get stuff done that needs to be done, work until it is time for them to go to bed. So from about 7:30 in the morning to 9 o'clock at night, work. Um, every May, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's a weekend. Um, you don't have to work. You've done caught up on everything that needs to be done around the house, around the yard. You're caught up. Go out, go fishing, um, spend time with your family. I mean, if you got a family, that's something that should be done on a regular basis. Either way, don't abandon your family for work. No. But if you're not spending time with your family, you shouldn't be sitting on your butt just watching TV, doing nothing. That's what you call lazy. Um, Someone who spends time with their family, raise their kids to grow up, be good men and women, don't teach their kids about um, oh, I'm going to love you and I'm going to give you everything you want. Life don't happen like that. Don't teach your kids that. Don't say, oh, you're going to get everything you want up until you're 18 and you have to move out of the house. No. Yeah, get your kids stuff. You worked all week. You've got the bills paid. You got food on the table, and you have a little bit extra spending money, and you go like, "Hey, I love my son. I love my daughter. Hey, he's been asking for this for a while. It's something that's not too expensive. Um, Maybe I should get it for him or her." Um, But don't go out buying your kids stuff just to buy them stuff. That is going to spoil them. If every other week, every other paycheck, you're out buying your kids stuff, all that's going to do is spoil them. Uh, let, let me just say something. The most southern person I can think of, my stepfather. Um, my stepfather would get up about 6 o'clock in the morning. No, he'd get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, fix him some breakfast, get his lunch ready for work, and then at 6 o'clock he would leave out to go to work. He came home about 5 o'clock every night. He was at work probably about 12 hours during the day. He did brickwork. He made his own schedule pretty much. So he'd go work from 6 to 5, 6 to 6. It was different sometimes. It wasn't always the same schedule. Sometimes he'd work a little longer. Sometimes he'd only work till 4. Um, and he'd go home. As soon as he got home, he cooked us dinner. After he cooked us dinner, he'd spend a little time with us. Um, Play with us, just do stuff with us. Um, After he do stuff with us, he about 8:30, 9 o'clock, we'd go to bed. So that was a daily routine. With discipline, it was depending on how bad the crime was, would determine our punishment. We've always got whoopings. Um, Now determining if we got whooped with a belt, a switch, a paddle, or bare hand. Really, it depended on how bad the crime was. If we did something so bad that the the number one thing that we would go for is a switch. A switch hurts the worst. It leaves a little red line. It just it's a sting, more or less. It feels like you just had 1,000 bees just sting you on your rear end. Um, if we didn't do nothing that bad, it was a hand. Hands just something not too bad. And then after we got whipped, they'd tell us, you do as I say when I say it. I should not have to ask you a second time. Um, or it they'd tell us exactly what we did wrong in some sort of way. Let us know, hey, we did wrong. This is what you did wrong, and I'm trying to teach you right from wrong. It wasn't like, oh, I'm angry at you, so I'm going to whip you and beat you. That is abuse. You're disciplining your kids not because you are angry with them. You're disciplining your kids because they did wrong and you're trying to teach them right from wrong. You're trying to guide them in the right direction and make them understand there are consequences to your actions. I don't want you taking the same path that I went on. And with that being said, after we got our whipping, it was one of two things, again, depending on how bad the punishment was. We would either, worst punishment, we go stand in a corner for about 15 minutes. One leg held up. If that leg dropped, or we whined, or we cried, or we complained, or we asked to get out, we known not to ask to get out. We know that we got out when we were told to get out. I'm starting to get a little tired. And if we did any of those things, whine, complain, ask to get out, if time started over, 15 minutes again. Either that or we get sent to our room for 15 minutes. At this day and age, there was only one TV in the house. Living room. Bedrooms did not have TVs in them. We did have radios in our room. Now that I'm thinking about it, we probably could have turned our radios on while we were grounded, but I don't know, that might not. We never did turn our radios on while we were grounded. We probably could have. I don't know. Our radios were never taken out of our room when we got grounded. I imagine if we did turn them on, they might have got taken out of our room. I don't know. I've never tried it. But yeah, we went to our room. At this day and age, it, kids didn't have cell phones. You weren't allowed a cell phone until you got a certain age, 18. So we didn't have cell phones. No, I'm not. Some people say I look 40 years old. I don't know why. I'm only 24 years old. It's still kind of old. I'm almost halfway to 30. No, not halfway. I'm almost 5 years from 30. So, it 24 is still kind of old if you think about it. But I ain't what people assume I am. I don't know why they assume I'm like 40 years old. It's beyond me. But yeah, you we got sent to our room, and same way about staying in the corner. We whined, we complained, we asked to come out. If we came out of our room before we were told to come out of our room, even just get something to drink. We can ask to use the restroom or get something to drink. That was okay. That was understandable. But as soon as we got our drink or used the restroom, we had to go straight back to our room. Other than that, we now with staying in the corner, that was a little different. We we didn't have the privilege of getting anything to drink, and we were told to hold it until we got done. But going in the room, we could go like, hey, can I get me something to drink real